What is up, checkmaters? With me today is my co-host Phoenix. We're going to be doing a chess and risk lesson. How you doing, Phoenix?
Hey, I'm doing great. I had an exciting week. How is yours going?
Doing lovely, thank you.
I have been watching you. You have been climbing the ranks of the 800s through Lee Chess rankings, getting a lot better at
Something
stuff.
actually
So really
clicked,
proud of
man.
you.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what happened. I don't know if it's a significant difference, but I can feel it.
Well, I've noticed it. I've noticed that your play is a lot more proficient. You're starting to reach for the right pieces and take
Mm-hmm.
your time and start thinking about the right things, and you're finding moves, man.
Mm-hmm.
So it gets to be exciting. You start to get that cathartic like win when you actually can paint a beautiful portrait here with your chess pieces.
That's right.
So
I feel very differently about my game right now than I did, say, a month ago. And
that's good.
I
That's good.
can't like attest it to anything specific other than maybe just a lot of practice.
For anybody who's feeling like they are suffering right now and they're playing their terrible chess and they just want to throw the board across the room and quit, believe me, someday you're going to feel like Pete again.
Yeah.
And
And
you are going
then
to come back to the game and you're going to find your joy in it again. So stick with it, push through the bad times, and you'll find the good times on the other side. That's good for chess. That's good for life. That's good for relationships. So stick with it. Your butterflies are in a box labeled tomorrow.
that's a very
Yep.
folksy saying.
Well, the missus made it up.
Yeah.
So I have 4 games to show you.
Okay.
Are you in your study? Chapter 24.
24, yes.
Now, question. We talked past couple weeks. We teased it 2 weeks ago, and then we kind of got into it last week about the Colle-Zukertort system. Did you look at that or try to use it at all this week?
I tried, but I don't understand it.
Okay. All right, great. So I thought maybe that happened because I was looking at this game in front of us. This is the Kill Pete strategy against Turi 3101, where it kind of starts to look like it, but not quite
Yeah.
get
Not
there.
enough.
So
Yeah.
let's take a look. It was D4, D5, as we have discussed. Now, are you just playing D4 automatically now every time?
Well, I'm doing that bishop open that I like.
Okay.
That seems to
Yeah,
work
this
well
one, the
enough.
London,
Yeah.
right? Okay. All right. So we're going to do the same sort of thing. Now, with the London, the idea is that it controls E5 and hits the queen side.
Mm-hmm.
The only thing I'd like you to change a little bit about this is we're going to put it on B2. We're going to still control E5, but we're going to be attacking the king side. And the difference is that's where the king is. So it's easier wins, it's higher value. When you're playing the London, you're playing like for small potatoes over here.
Mm-hmm.
And at your level, you don't need to like try to gain a slight edge and advance slowly on, the queen side and promote a pawn and play a 40 move game. If you attack the king, even when it's unsound
Mm.
and just a bad play,
Mm-hmm.
it still is going to win. And I actually won 2 games this week where I sacrificed a piece poorly, and I was totally losing. But it was complicated enough that even these 2,000 level players could not come back from that and find the right solution to defend. And I did end up checkmating them very quickly
Mm.
because I was attacking their king. Players psychologically hate being attacked. They hate their king being attacked and they panic and they don't know what to do with it. So we're going to take a look at that. But this is a perfectly fine move. It's one people sometimes like to make fun of, but it is perfectly fine chess wise. So they match you and you're developing. And I love this. I love just you're learning to just next piece out, next man up instead of like pulling a bishop back or something like that. Knight c6. Thoughts on this move by
Well,
black?
so this is I've seen this is very normal, right? I've seen this happen now
Yeah.
many times. So I'm
Uh-huh.
almost certainly going to play B5 now.
Okay. Oh, b5?
Yeah.
Oh, bishop b5.
Yeah.
All right.
Almost certainly. Because I'm gonna try
Okay.
I'm gonna try and kill that knight.
Right. Okay.
But I'm not gonna kill it. I'm not gonna kill it until they force me to kill it.
Well, that's a good idea. That is a good idea. I would prefer in this exact situation, though,
Yes.
that instead of giving up your bishop for the knight, that we
Mhm.
try to contest this powerful bishop that's looking at our stuff.
Okay.
So that's why I would prefer to have your bishop on d3,
Okay.
pointing at this bishop here. Because let's engage this piece. Now, here's the thing. I've taught that this piece in front of the pawn is a pretty bad idea because you need the c pawn to leverage an attack on the center. You need to play c5 and taking pawns in the center.
Mm-hmm.
Black has said, I can't do that now.
I'm gonna block it. Yeah.
So a better idea is to use this bulwark here, this this very powerful pawn chain, and continue to excuse me, extend it with c4. Now, I'm not saying that bishop b5 is a bad move, but I feel like it's a little early, and I would rather keep my bishop than give it up for a knight, because then we surrender to black the bishop pair.
Mm-hmm.
And with the bishop pair, they have a slight edge, mainly just because they have an uncontested light squared bishop. There's nobody to fight this guy.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're going to give up your bishop for the knight, you have to figure out, well, how am I going to contest the other guy? And I don't see any knights on the board that can, like, really do that. Like, I can go to the only way I can even attack it is like this with a knight, but it's just going to move.
Yeah.
And so what have I accomplished? And then my knight's on the edge. And by the way, there's a fork coming and I lose pieces. So basically I say this doesn't do anything, and this doesn't do anything, and this doesn't do anything, and this doesn't do anything. So, and this not really, because that doesn't have anything to do with the bishop. So that's why I would rule that out.
Well,
so what I would do.
You have a lot of thoughts. Is the thing.
Oh, thank you.
I have far less thoughts.
You have few.
I have my thought is that knight is going to kill me, and I need to kill it first. Oh, I hate knights. I can't see them. I can't see the moves they make. They take my queen. It's brutal. I need to kill these knights. I'm definitely overvaluing them.
Okay, I appreciate that thought. So let's kill the knight, not by trading it off, but by removing the squares it can move to.
Okay.
So can it move here?
Yes. But it shouldn't.
Right, and we've controlled it, right?
Yeah.
Okay, same thing with here. We controlled it.
Right.
So it can go here and here, yes?
Mm-hmm.
One of these is probably pretty bad because it's the edge of the board. So this is the big glaring hole. So what's something we could do to control this square?
C3.
Sure, C3.
Yeah.
And this is actually a part of this formation here is a very important part of the Colle system, which we'll cover later. This is a different style of Colle. This is the Colle-Koltanowski, but not important difference for right now. But the point is that C3 is, in fact, very purposefully controlling this B4 square. And what that does is it provides umbrella protection, and it's like covering air support for a bishop to land on one of these two squares. Here and here. Why? To contest the light squared bishop.
Mm-hmm.
So found the right move. And so I think instead, when you're saying I don't like knights and you want to kill the knight, let's kill its possibilities. I would have also accepted a3. Either of these two moves is probably pretty good. I think I slightly prefer a3 only because I'd rather use the c pawn in the center.
Mm-hmm.
But this is still a perfectly fine move. So, okay, but you play bishop b5, and then a6, and you take it. All right. So that's not a bad plan. So I'm definitely not saying you did something bad, but being afraid of a piece.
It's less optimal, right?
Sure. Yeah. Right, because you invested 2 tempi into a piece that they invested 1 into.
Well, they also moved their pawn.
Right, but that pawn is actually better now
where it is. Better out?
Because it supports the center.
Oh, I mean the one on the A file.
Ah, very true. Okay, fair enough. And that's why you still have 2 pieces out and they have 1.
Mm-hmm.
Right? You still have a lead in development despite the moving 2 pieces. But we could have done this anyway, though. But we could have made them move a pawn anyhow. But this is very, very minor stuff. I just want you to think about when you think about fighting a knight.
Yes.
Look at where it can move and then guard those squares.
I mean, that's part of
and then it is killed.
Me.
Okay, where can it move?
Yeah, that's kind of the fundamental problem why I'm prioritizing killing these knights is because once they get too far ahead, they end up in these positions that I can't address, and then I lose the game. So,
well, I have heard it said it is somewhat of a tongue-in-cheek joke to never resign with a knight on the board.
Yeah,
because there's always a chance.
you need to
So,
do something tricky.
Yeah, you can take somebody's knights, and then it's like it's breaking their bonus. It breaks their spirit, and they resign. So, but okay, so this is the move that caught my eye. What's up with B3?
I'm trying to do C4.
Great, excellent. And then, but what really caught my eye is I said, hang on a second. Well, not that guy. I said, I showed Pete this. This is the setup for the Colle-Zukertort, which I found very interesting. I was like, I wonder if he thought he was going to put a bishop on B2.
But I couldn't.
So good to know. Good to know that you're actually fighting for C4. That's a great idea. So another idea is we could have played E4 at a moment later. So what we would need to do, we need to call in support for that, and we would play rook E1 and knight D2 or knight C3. And then that supports E4. So that would be another idea to go for here. But I really like, I think, maybe even just C4 right away. I don't expect you to see this, but I would like the audience to know that if they take that, right, we have a double attack right here, Queen A4. It's actually a triple attack, but that's covered. And then I think we can even play, can we play knight E5? Yeah, we can. I think we can. Yeah, because that's a double attack. So I don't expect you to see that,
so we
but
get back
this is
the value.
An idea. What's that?
We get the piece back. We back the material.
The pawn back, yeah. Yeah, and this is a very common idea. Why? So here's the thing about C4. If we take them, let's I don't know this. If we take them, then they use their C pawn, and you see they have one pawn per file. But if they take us, they have three on the same file, which is much, much, much weaker.
Right.
Those are going to become targets for rooks. Okay, so this is significantly better for white than the other version where we took. So I said in the previous lesson, I'll say it again, it's impossible to see something in chess you haven't seen before. But now you've seen it. So the idea is, in general, two different things. We play C4. This is why it's called the Queen's Gambit, because they can take it for free. It is a gambit. But the idea is you play Queen A4, and you can hit multiple stuff. Sometimes this is a knight. But and this can be actually quite dangerous in some lines because the knight becomes pinned, and because there's no pawn here, we can push a pawn up and hit it. That's a thing in some lines if the knight's not here. So just think of this in the future. Look for that fork, and you'll be able to see it from this position. Oh, I can push a pawn and fork it, and then the other idea is what I showed you, is pick it up this way. And then finally, pick it up that way. So multiple plans here. Okay, you save your bishop. I love this. I love going forward instead of going backward.
That's right.
This is one of those instincts that you should be building. Is try to go to the square most forward that we can still go to.
Yep.
So you would just want to look. Can I get pushed back very quickly? I don't see a way they can do that. So you're doing well. Okay, they unpin you, and you play your C4 idea, which is great. I would, and then here comes their silly attack, and you spot it. You spot a target. So you're going forward instead of going backward. And now right there. Oops.
I give it up. Yes. Yeah, I know. And I remember making this mistake. I don't know if it was a mistake per se, but I remember making that choice and regretting it after he moves the bishop.
Wait, after he moves the bishop?
Yeah, I should hit the bishop there, right? Instead of retaking the pawn.
Yes, correct. Correct. Yeah, but he doesn't move the bishop. So you got a little lucky right there. So definitely, and this is how I calculate this kind of thing. An exchange of material here is if you take here and he takes here and you take here, it's check. So he can go here and try to attack your rook, but you're attacking their king. So I simply look at this chain and I say there's a pawn and a rook for white. There's a pawn and a rook, but there's a bishop, king for on the black side. So obviously bishop, king is worth more. Yeah. So I just look at the chain, and if I had to, for any reason, I would keep going. I would say pawn, rook, If this was ever a thing that I would have to do, or I would say knight and then pawn.
Yeah, I almost immediately regretted that choice when I made it.
Okay, glad. Excellent. So,
yeah.
But here we still finally win the piece.
Yeah,
Excellent work. Now,
problem.
I'd like you to work out this here.
I hate this.
You hate
it's my least favorite. Knights up there really, really upset me. I really can't handle. I can't handle it. He's too far. He needs to die.
Okay. All right. So okay, great. Let's take this as practice then. Where can that knight go that's forward? Right. Okay. Any of those available?
What do you mean
for the
by
knight?
available?
Can he go there and do good things?
Not really. Not really.
Yeah, it's worse than not really. It's absolutely not. That'd be absolutely devastating to black if he were to put a knight on any of those squares. They're all capturable.
Right.
Even the C3 one, because there is in fact your own knight there.
Yeah.
So having that knight there is not dangerous to you whatsoever.
you say this.
Fighting.
It's not dangerous to me right now.
No, this is a spider and a fly. This is step into my parlor. Like, look at all the white stuff. Look at all the white stuff on this side of the board. Okay.
No. Look, you are obviously 100% correct in analyzing the current position, right? My concern is that the situation might change, and having that knight there will be bad for me in the future.
All right. I don't dislike that thought process,
but it's not.
I do dislike the. We say lines over feelings, right? Show me the line. Show me the line. Show me any line where that knight hurts you.
Okay.
Because I'm not seeing one.
Right. But you see things that I do not see.
Well, no.
No.
You think you see things that you do not
I
see.
hallucinate. I also accept that.
Well, you're saying that this knight, you will lose the game if the knight is up there. But you can't even show me a line.
No, because there isn't one. What I'm saying is, my experience thus far has taught me that advanced knights have the highest likelihood of causing my own errors.
Okay, fair enough.
That's how I see it, right? I will make a mistake that will lose me the game. And I have been. Like, the knights have been killing my queens way too often. And, like, every single time it happens, it's like, yep, I did it again.
Okay. All right. So I'll show you that in a second here. Yep. So you played the best move, which is taking the bishop with check, which is great. And the king here. Dang it, I already drew the arrows. So this is what I would have done here. Now, what you played was knight d2. And now I understand that you wanted to trade off that knight. Okay, fine. But when you go knight d2, your knight attacks their knight, but their knight also attacks yours, right? Okay, significantly better. Let's attack the knight with a piece that isn't attacked by the knight. Okay, that isn't attacked by the where the knight does not attack us back. And so that could be a bishop, a rook, or a queen. Now, there are some formations that you have to know with knights that'll make it a little bit easier for you. When you have a queen opposite diagonal one square from a knight, do you know how many moves it would take for that knight to capture that queen? Let's freeze the position. The knight moves freely. Time stands still for white. How many moves to take the queen?
I don't know. How many?
All right. Try to work it out for a second. Let's make a knight route where we take the queen.
3.
And then
four
right?
total moves. Right. Yeah.
Okay, you're close. So because you have, I don't know if you know this, but because they're on the same color square, it has to be an even number.
Okay.
Did you know that?
No,
Knights change color with every move.
Yeah.
Okay, so obviously it's on a light square. So to get back to a light square, it's either 2 or 4. Is there any way to get there in 2?
No, I don't think so. Oh, there's that way,
right? and there's this way.
Okay.
Yeah, so two different routes to get there in two. So from now on, you know that this knight can go to any of these squares in 2 moves.
You see how I can't see it?
You can't see it because I've never shown it to you, and you
right.
can't see things in chess you haven't seen before.
I'm looking.
But now you know. Now you know that there's this. I think of it like an accordion, honestly, and I'm not exactly sure why I think that. It just looks like it's been like expanded this way and then squeezed this way. I don't know. So yeah, either of these ways, this shape, for some reason, looks like somebody playing an accordion. They're like stretching the box wide with their arms. Oh, that's why. It's their elbows. It's their arms and elbows. They're playing something. So is it ridiculous? I've never known why.
No, I like it. It does look like elbows.
Okay, now there's a different way to do this. Now this is the best move. Not gonna change my mind on that, but there's a better way. Since you're afraid of knights, this I would consider 2 moves away is pretty close, right? He can attack you in 1 move.
Mm-hmm.
So instead, 2 moves away from a knight is an incredibly long distance. So this is 1 move, right?
Yeah.
But this is 4.
Okay.
Right next door. So if we went like this, we attack the knight, and you don't need to really do much thinking about, oh, what can that knight do to my queen? At least to the queen. Because this 2 gap distance is an eon for that knight. He has to go 1, 2, 3, and 4. Or he has to go 1, 2, 3, and 4. And when you get a long chain like this, because it's all algebra at the end, in the end of it, there are so many different routes he can take.
Yes.
So he can even go 1, 2, 3, and 4. So the idea is he can move to any of these squares in a few moves and then move to your queen. So here's another. There's another one. 1, 2, 3, and 4. But it's always 4. So I would look at this, and in a blitz position, if I had like no time on the clock, I might go here just because it attacks a piece, and I'm that special distance away. So from now on, now you know, two squares away from a knight, you're very safe from that knight. So, but here's the funny thing. Here's what I wanted to show you. If we play queen d3, they're probably going to notice that we attacked their knight.
Probably.
Could do is play here and hope that you take it and they take your queen. So let's not do that.
Take what?
But they're going to go like this. They're going to pray for this.
Yeah.
And then we lose the queen.
Oh,
okay,
yeah,
so
that could happen.
Oops. So, what's that's if they're clever and sneaky, but they're not. So they're going to guard their knight. Now I'd like you to find the move for white. Now there is a tactical win here. Ends the game immediately. It's not checkmate, but it does break their heart.
I mean, I could take that pawn with the knight.
Yeah, you could, but you have better.
Okay.
Okay, let's check for targets. Highlight the targets in the position.
I struggle with this.
Okay, undefended pieces plus the king.
Undefended pieces plus the king.
Yep.
Well, this one is not defended. This one is defended by the king.
Correct.
The queen is defended by a rook, so they defend each other. This is this guy.
Correct.
Yeah.
Now, we want to start with the highest value, which is the king. Is there any way to attack a king in this from this position in 1 move?
I don't think so.
Okay. Interesting. How about
this?
I need another hint. There you go. What else is that knight attacking?
Queen.
Right.
Oh yeah, I didn't see that at all. Okay, this is why knights are so scary up at the top, because I don't see it when I have it, and I don't see it when it's being done to me.
I loved when I saw this game. I knew this was going to be the thing, and you're like, oh. And I just wanted to be like, oh, they take our queen with the knight? No, we take their queen with the knight.
Yes, that's what knights do.
You can't kuka the kukaracha.
No, you can, though. It's a problem. It's
now
a more tenacious kukaracha. No.
We're gonna go bang.
Yeah, that's a good move.
Bang.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's very upsetting. Yeah.
We need. Yeah, that's kind of like the Walter White. Like, I am the one who checks. Right.
Yes.
You think you move a knight into territory and take my queen with check? I am the one who checks. So this is a powerful idea.
Yes.
Here. And it starts with finding targets, being aware of them, and secondly, the age-old what changed in the position, what is now possible that wasn't possible in the last move, and it's this pawn moved. So there's holes right here and here, and this is a big glaring one. So we call this the space left behind. When anytime a piece moves, there's space left behind, and so, here's another. Is there another funny idea? Yeah, I don't know. I'm making this up, but something like this is also cool because there's space left behind.
Yeah.
Now he got lucky that he could actually stop this check at all. This is almost mate. The only move is the knight. There you go. Let's go this way. There you go. Yay. Coach Phoenix wins.
Yay.
Check. And when I win, you win. So.
Oh, yes.
So the point here is that we can. I wanted to show you this philosophy of guarding with a knight here when you could attack it with a piece that is not attacked back is much better because it's a weak piece. It's undefended, right? So let's attack it without being attacked back. So they played this move attacking your bishop, and you played knight e4, which is good. But can you find a better move right now? Taking knight's pretty good, but I think we have better.
Do that same fork.
Hey. So what did that take you, about 10 seconds to find, right?
Well, I mean, I didn't find it. We were still talking about it. You found it and you showed it to me.
But you did. No, but you did find it because I just asked you what the move is a different position, and you found it.
Yeah.
And why did you find it this time so quick? You just told us because we just looked at it.
That's right.
In other words, you've seen it.
Yes, I have.
And now you see it. Proving the Phoenix adage that you can find things that you've seen before. All of chess is stuff we've seen before. That's not an illegitimate thing to say, oh, we just looked at it and you found it. Yeah, I'm going to show you Colle-Zukertort. Guess who found that? Colle and Zukertort.
That's right.
Did I find it? No. So there's no shame in seeing these patterns that somebody else has shown you and then playing them. That's exactly what chess is. So
instead, I backed off and started taking pawns, as I like to do.
No, you're winning. You're totally winning. And then right here, for some reason, oopsie daisy.
Yeah, I throw away my knight. Yeah, that doesn't surprise me.
Yeah, you were supposed to take your queen with your knight. You weren't supposed to let their queen take your knight.
Yeah, you see, none of this is shocking at all.
Stupid knights. Okay, so
they're difficult to see. I don't know.
So this is kind of dangerous, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like you can imagine the queen coming to here and mate. It could happen.
Can I imagine that?
You can now because I just showed you.
All right.
So yes, this is an attack down the open H file. This is a very typical attack. You just put a queen in front of it to make a battery, and then you just come on in, and it's mate in this castle formation. It's a classic attack on H2. So what I wanted to show you is how do you shut down a file like that? You can block it with a piece, especially when there's no pawns here for black, by doing a very simple move. There you go.
Yeah.
The thing is, nothing can ever take this unless it's a rook, and then you take a rook and you're winning with the rook. And then guess what? There's no more rook. So how are they going to mate you without a rook there? So this is a very classic technique. It's not the best move, but this is such a simple idea that is something that is worth remembering for the rest of time. When you are up material like this, you need to just shut down their counterplay, and this is the kind of thing. Just block a file with a piece and a pawn. Some people would call this an outpost. I guess that's stretching the definition a bit, but that's the idea, is let's just shut down the file by guarding something with a pawn, and nothing can ever get in here because they'll have to give up material to do it. So, but this is something I wanted to harp on in this lesson is you're up 2 knights, right?
Mm-hmm.
You could play this game forever without losing it. All you have to do is not lose your knights. Okay? That's your one mission. So when you are up material, what you need to do is get your extra material involved in the game, and something will fall out, and just shake the trees, and something will fall out. You'll find a coconut of mate somehow, because when you have that much extra material, something good must happen. So I like G3 here because, and now it doesn't even matter what else we can do. This. We're going to get a rook here. We're going to get a rook here. I don't even much care where you put the rooks because they exist. So you're winning. We just have to make sure we're not losing anything. And that starts by guarding your stuff. Notice that your move leaves a knight unguarded. I guess you were going for the fork.
It was, but it didn't work.
It leaves a knight unguarded. Yeah, 6 seconds to play that move. When you could guard your stuff and win. Win now, win later, doesn't matter. You're winning. Okay. So after queen g6, you're up 1 knight. Now you've got to be careful. So you guarded it, and he took, and then I like this idea, rook check. You are bringing more pieces into the game. Right there. I really think you went for the throat now. But we have a really good move here, and I'd like you to take another second to think about it. What you played, you took 18 seconds, which is a decent amount to play this move because your knight was attacked. But I'd like you to look at other stuff here first. You have a significantly better move, I think.
It's not a checkmate, is it?
You can mate, but it's not quite a checkmate. Okay, let's try rook h3, and then what would black play in response?
This to block?
Correct.
Yeah. So are
there any other legal moves?
I upgrade the bishop to a queen. That's not a bad move.
You upgrade a bishop to a queen?
Oh, sorry, a rook to a queen.
Correct.
Yeah.
Right. Well, you actually even have better. So great job. You found this. There is only one legal move. It is queen h4. However, there is even better than this. And this is the concept I'd like to introduce that is going to come up in advanced levels. But since we're here, let's talk about it.
Great.
This is a pin, correct?
Sure.
All right. The queen is pinned to the king. What a beginner does is they take. Okay. What an advanced player does is uses the immobility of these pieces to try to take that queen at the last possible second. We don't want to take that queen until we just can't do any better. Well, ouch, no. You hung a rook.
That's
hung a rook, among other things.
Right.
Even with this pawn.
Among other things. This is why it's easier for me to just take it.
That's true. Good point.
I am playing like a beginner because I am a beginner, sir.
I understand. Yeah. I understand. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
I fully agree with you taking that queen right here. I just simply wanted to show you the concept.
I do. I want to see the concept.
In better, we don't necessarily want to attack the pinned piece. We can also just continue our attack on the stuff that's behind it. So we can try to push this king away, and that's why the first thing I see is this. And I know that this knight is guarding the square. And so by trimming off all of these squares along this entire row, I know that the king has to move back. And now I can either take the queen, because my first thought is this is the last second I have to take the queen. But then I also see that I can do like this as well. King g8. Something like this. And then it looks like the queen has to block, and I get the whole queen. So I'm just thinking through it from this position.
Is there a way to get to this for, like, is there a way to, so from this position, my intuition is to take the queen. Is there a way to know the multiple moves ahead? Right? Can I see this from here?
Well, this is, so you have to calculate. You do have to just calculate, and you do have the time to do it. on your clock.
So if I do this, then
yeah.
they do this, and then if they do that, then I do the next thing.
Yeah, well, if you notice, so all right, let's do
They're
it. So
all
this
kind
is
of
something I've
forced
encountered a
moves.
lot.
Yeah.
Is your head, so when you look at this, is your head spinning? You feel
No.
like a little almost like dizzy, like with the combinations, and it's hard to see
No,
stuff?
my head's not spinning at all. I look at it as I might as well just take the queen because it's impossible for me to see 5 moves into the future.
Great. Thank you for setting up exactly what I coach all the time.
Right.
You've walked into my trap.
Good. No, I'm
Congratulations.
glad I did. I
It's
know I'm wrong
impossible
about
for
this.
you.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's impossible, right? I can't possibly do it. There's no way to
but
do
it
it.
is
So what was the
possible.
very
Yeah.
first mantra I told you? What was the very first thing I said we were going to do? It was the first one I ever taught you, lesson 1.
Force me to think.
Well, yeah, what was the exact words? Do you remember?
No, tell me.
Okay, I can do this,
Hmm.
and I will do this.
Okay.
Okay, you ready?
All right.
So
I'm
you told
ready.
me you can't do this,
Yeah, yeah.
and that gave you an excuse to not do it. That's your
Yeah, I mean
system 1
you
brain
are
fighting.
right. You are right. Yes.
Great.
Yeah.
Excellent. You ready for the will do this?
Let me just do it.
Okay. Let's check. What are the legal moves?
Yeah. Yeah.
Go ahead, tell me.
From here?
Yes.
Is it my turn?
Legal moves. Well, you saw me take e6, right?
This is the only legal move, right? These two.
That's correct. Great. So 2 moves. Take a
Yeah.
sec to look around and make sure there aren't any other legal moves.
Oh, I wouldn't know how to.
No, I agree with you. So
Yeah.
that's the technique. We're just going to say, am I sure?
I
Okay,
don't
great.
know. I don't know that I'm sure. But I think this is fundamentally the issue. Right? At this point, I don't know that I'm not missing something crucial.
Okay. That's fine.
Hmm.
I mean, so how about pick one. Now the next rule is ABC, always be calculating.
Mm-hmm.
It does us so good to stare at a board and start thinking about like, well, I like the way I have a knight and maybe I should get a rook involved. No, just calculate. And what will happen is we'll reach conclusions that will help us to realize those other things. You aren't going to realize like vague things by thinking about vague things. You'll realize vague concepts by thinking specifically.
Yeah.
And I'll give you a hint, like something like, oh, if I go here, 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 it's checkmate. So therefore they can't, and then you're going to realize, oh, they can't take with a bishop, because it's always going to be mate. And then that's how you start to calculate. So second thing, always be calculating. Pick one of those moves that you think looks better than the other. It doesn't matter which one you pick.
Yeah.
So tell me what it is.
This one, the G7 is better because G6 loses the queen immediately.
Okay, King G7.
Yeah.
Pick a move for white that looks good.
This becomes very hard for me.
That's okay.
No, I'm just saying, like, I'm like, what's that difference between the system 1 and system 2 thinking? But like, I can't see it.
That's okay. Trust your instinct. Just name a move. Here's the fun thing. When we play chess, when we put the moves on the actual board, we move slow and deliberate. But when we calculate, we play fast and randomly. The difference is we can take moves back if they're in our head.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what we're going to do. Pick a move as quickly as you can that looks the best. And if it's wrong, we take it back. So go ahead and what do you want to play?
That one looks
Great.
okay. Yeah.
What are all the legal moves there?
The king would have to go here. I think.
Okay. Great. Stop right there.
Yeah.
Pick a legal move for white.
Then I take their queen.
Okay. Pick a move for black from that position.
Oh, I don't know. Black's uber fucked at that point.
Oh, I don't know. Okay. No. See?
No?
You did it again. Oh, I don't know.
I don't know. I really know.
Yes,
I don't.
What black is in check. Pick a legal move.
There.
Okay, great. And now pick any move that it seems like it looks good for you. Just any move for white in that position.
Move the bishop over.
Rook over, sure.
Yeah.
Pick a legal move for black from that position.
So black's in check. And they can't go this way. Then they go back here, I guess?
Pick a legal move for white from that position.
Checkmate.
Your rook is there?
Oh, my rook is there. See, I can't see it.
That's okay.
I can't see it.
That's what you said for the audience. So I'm forcing Pete to play chess. So
Yeah.
check.
Forcing.
Right?
Yes.
And then you said, where did you say? Here, right? And then you said take.
Yeah.
And then you said here, and you said check, and he went here.
Yeah.
How about a legal move for white from this position that looks good?
I don't know, man. Probably this again.
You could. So this is some tactical awareness here.
Yes.
I'll give you a hint. You have 3 different checkmates in one.
Sweet. I don't see any of them. Okay.
What is the most basic of all checkmates?
I don't know. What is it?
All right. We called this a kissing queen. I taught this to you, I think, 3 lessons ago.
Okay.
It's when a queen stands on top of a king.
Oh, just move right next to it.
Yep. That's one.
Yeah.
Here's another. And here's the other one. All of these are mate.
Yeah,
so
I don't know, man.
Okay, that's fine. That's fine. But I want to point out the fact that we got to this position.
Yes.
And you calculated 1, 2.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry. 2,
Mm-hmm.
3.
Yeah.
4. And then you got here. And by the way, you said black is fucked. But then I'm sure if you got here, you would have found this. And even if you didn't and you played your check, perhaps you would have found check here and that mate.
Right.
You might have even stumbled into mate just because you wanted to take a rook.
Maybe that might have happened, yes.
But, so you told me, oh, I had no idea. I can't do this. I can't see it. And then when I actually said that's bullshit, quit giving me excuses, you just did it. You just made it the guy. I mean, you did it in your head. I didn't tell you how to get to, and we would have done this.
Because there's only a few moves.
I didn't tell you how to get here. You did all this.
Right.
Okay? And you said black is screwed. So you also knew that you were winning. So I don't want to hear these excuses of I can't, there's no way, it's not possible, it doesn't work, I don't know how, because you do. And you will. And then so we also have dink, mate in one. if given the opportunity. Oh, I guess there's this. Never mind. Still the same idea. So you won the game.
Yes.
Great. I'd like to take a little bit of time to show you a system. I'm going to skip your chapter 25. I'd like to show you a system that leads to easy wins, especially at your level. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to show you the World Championship contender, Fabiano Caruana, an American of Italian heritage, thus the name. He's number 2. He's been number 2 in the world. He played in the World Championship against Magnus Carlsen. So pretty much is almost as high as you can get, unless you're Magnus Carlsen, right? But also my favorite current playing chess player. I'm on Team Fabi because, damn it, Pete, I wave an American flag, sir.
There you are.
Yeah. So we have a very similar setup to what you play. Okay, if you notice, these match your game. The only difference is there's a bishop here.
Yeah, I didn't put it out.
Right. So let's save him for a second. We're going to put him this way to control that square.
Okay.
Now, this is the Colle-Zukertort. And here we see Caruana playing the very standard move, b3. What does this do that is super important to the white position? Yes, it lets this bishop out, but that's secondary. What it actually does is it stops c4 from coming and hitting this bishop. Now, this you can call our Zukertort bishop or a Colle bishop, I guess. Some openings have a very important piece, and everybody else supports that one piece, delivering their mission. In this case, it's this d3 bishop. So we are going to guard this bishop with our life. If it is ever threatened with exchange, it better be for its counterpart. Otherwise, we're never going to trade it. We'll move it away and save it and keep it. Okay? So that's rule number 1 of the Colle. So rule number 2, we never allow them to play e5. Because we want to keep this here so that this is blocked up and so that we own the center. So let's go ahead and keep an eye on this. Castle, bishop d6. Now, if you notice, there is 1, 2 supporters on that square, and we have 1, 2 guards on it. So what that means is they could push this pawn, and we would trade it. Well, according to the rule, we don't allow that to happen. We never allow them to play e5. So can you think of a move in the white setup that stops e5 from happening and provides a control to e5?
C2.
C2?
Sorry. No, the bishop here, right?
Yeah, exactly. Bishop b2.
E2.
And now we have 1, 2, 3 controls on it. And so the e5 is not allowed. So in this system, I'd like to point out, let me back up and say what a system is. It's a series of moves that you always are going to play. That's what makes it a system. But they change the order around because they respond specifically to things that the other side is doing in a certain order.
Mm-hmm.
So when did we play b3? It was at the time that black had just played c5 and was threatening 4. I'll go back. We played bishop d3. They played c5, and if you don't know what you're doing, it looks like they're going to take this pawn. But if you do know this system because you studied it with Phoenix, you know that c4 is a threat.
Mm-hmm.
And then all of a sudden this bishop can't live on the diagonal it wants to because they're all controlled, right? So for that reason, we played b3. Other people may play c3 because then they can pull the bishop back to here. But we don't do that. We're going to play b3 like Caruana did. And now we continue. And right here, I got to control e5, so I will. Castle, knight, pawn, knight up. And finally, the bishop to b7. So this is what we are going to call the umbrella set. It doesn't have a name, okay? But from now on, you and I are going to call this the umbrella setup because it looks like somebody built a big umbrella, right?
Mm.
Like if you think of this as the handle, I guess. There you go. There's my umbrella. You see it?
I do.
Okay. Okay, so we're going to call this the umbrella defense from now on, just to describe the setup. There are others. And so we have a knight here. So there's yet another colleague rule is that we don't want a piece to occupy this square. And you can see that black has 1, 2, 3 pieces on it. However, there's a knight in the way. So because of that, we don't need to worry about this square. We do have to worry about that in other setups, such as if the knight is here.
Mm.
So what we're going to do is we're going to play f4 to reinforce this knight. Now, question, what would happen if black took here?
That?
Sure. And what does white have? What's white done? Correct. That's a fork.
Mm.
So this is the amazing thing. There's always this fork available. Now, grandmasters are never going to fall for this. This is obvious. This is something that is everybody sees except 800 level players.
Mm-hmm.
And so what you will see oftentimes is this very fork. You have to be alert as white that you can play this, and I guarantee you'll play it a lot, like half of your games. They will blunder this fork and you will win a piece.
Mm.
And just for your calculation purposes, the best move here, anytime you see this bishop knight fork in an opening in the center, the best move is usually move the bishop to guard the knight, and when it gets captured, take the pawn back. Now look, white is winning. They want a knight, but this is the best way to recover from that.
Mm-hmm.
So in your calculation, when you reach this idea, you should expect this and this.
Yeah.
You're still going to play in for it, but that's how you do it. So, okay, backing up. Why a3? The idea is that we don't want the knight harassing our bishop. So usually, you know how we responded to c5 with b3?
Yeah.
And we responded to bishop d7 with bishop b2?
Mm-hmm.
Well, we're going to respond to knight c6, noting this threat of a3. Okay, so that's why Caruana plays a3 here. If he were to allow the knight, let's say on this move, to attack the bishop, what he would do for sure is move the bishop away, not allowing the trade. And then on the next move, a3, if you notice, the knight has to go back. There's nowhere to go. And we'll put the bishop right back. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay, so anyway, Caruana decided to play a3, and the knight left. Why? Because this knight wants to come into the center. See how it's 1, 2, 3?
Yes.
So Caruana backs it up with a queen. And now he's got 1, 2, 3. You notice how this is like parry, parry, parry?
Yes.
They're just like, they're trying a thing and stopping it. This is the beauty of this system. It's so easy to understand because it's if they do this, you do that. And you just look around the board and usually there's only one. So you just play that.
But it's fragile to any sort of deviation, right? You have to do this perfectly.
Not exactly.
Yeah.
Honestly, it is for black. Yeah. For white, it's free wins. It can be a little fragile. I mean, that's chess.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody gets one move.
Mm-hmm.
And if this game weren't fragile like that, this wouldn't be chess. It would be just white would just win the game every time.
Infinite stalemate.
Yeah. So there has to be that. So, but when you study, don't if you mess it up, you know what you did wrong. Oops, I forgot to play a3 and then I got knight b4'd. Oh, I forgot to control e4. And then you just go back to the drawing board and you try again. And you say, I know what I needed to do. They punished me correctly. What do I do? And then if you get surprised, you add it to your repertoire so you're not surprised next. And you know what? I'm 30 years into this and I'm still surprised. So
yeah, the hope is that you learn from it. Absolutely.
There was one time I played a game. I had memorized the line for it 10 years prior. 10 years it took me for that line to come up, and I knew what to do. And then last Friday, I also got a line that I hadn't played in over 10 years, and I forgot what to do. And it didn't go so well. I ended up drawing that game. But so you just got to keep it up. You just got to practice, 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 and then once you practice some more. So, and this is the final move here where Tari, I think it's Arian Tari. Arian Tari is his name. He blundered to an amazing tactic that you've actually seen before. I showed you it once before. But here goes Caruana. Here's the beauty of the system and why I love it so much. Do you see this as a mate threat?
Sure, now I do.
Queen to h7 is checkmate, except for one problem. There's a knight reaching back to guard that square.
Okay.
So all we have to do is get rid of the knight. And here's why this is such a powerful system. We have just the guy. We have just the guy for the mission. Wait, how in the world is that bishop going to take that knight? That's impossible, right? Well, that's what the Grandmaster Tari thought. Arian Tari. He took. Caruana took here. Okay. Notice that this bishop is trapped. So it must take back. And then Caruana drops the bomb. What? Excuse me? Hello?
Mm-hmm.
Your knight is dead? And he's like, yeah, but I'm attacking.
Mm-hmm.
And they're like, okay. Thank you for the piece. And boom. And the knight is gone. And now mate is threatened. So let's back up a second.
Mm-hmm.
This is what we had. And it looks insane that this might capture this, right?
Okay.
And it's gone. And so that's why h6, because mate was threatened. But what your opponents will do is they'll take this bishop. And then you just mate. And you win in 17 moves. Now in the Grandmaster game, it was g3. Now I'm going to mate you right here. g6. Let's go attack this pawn because now this one is hanging. h5. Attack a bishop. And the queen basically wormed her way right in. Isn't this cute? Here, 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 here. It's almost like a pawn. Like the queen's just moving one square at a time. And then finally, mate. 23 moves a Grandmaster beat another Grandmaster, which is unheard of.
Yeah.
That's insane. But like look how cute that little maneuver was. Just mate. Or in this case, mate. So that's what you're going to do. You're going to open up the center at the right time. You're going to attack king side with just these pieces. And Caruana didn't do anything amazing here. He went, sorry. right here. He says, I'm going to mate you. Black said no. And Caruana said, fine, I'll try to checkmate you right here. And Black said no. And he said, fine, I guess I'll take your pawn. And then Black said no. And then Caruana said, nah, I think I'm just going to walk with this queen. Queen, queen, queen. And what are you going to do about it? Mate.
Why didn't he get his king out of there?
How? Right here?
No, earlier. Like set up to get the king out.
Well, just from here, it's already too late, right? Check.
Yeah.
And mate.
Right.
So how about right here? Where's his king going to go?
Yeah, what do you do here if you're Black? Like, how do you get out of this?
Well, I don't think you really can do anything.
Okay, it's already too late.
6. I think it's already too late. I mean, White is definitely winning here.
What about giving up your queen as Black? Move the knight to threaten.
You just gave up your...
Yeah, but like you're about to lose the game. If you move... Okay, so you move the knight away.
Okay, it's White's move.
Oh, sorry.
Okay, right here?
Yeah, like something like that, and then they'll either take and then...
Well, yeah, I'm going to take your queen.
But now
what's
at least
Black's
it's not this.
Okay. I guess I'm going to take your bishop.
Yeah, but I mean, now at least it's not checkmate, right? It's bad. It's still dire. But it's, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean, now we're just going to fall back on our training and we're going to win with our extra material. We're up a rook and a queen.
Yeah.
So what do we do? Do you remember? How do we win with extra material?
Attrition.
Yeah. Yeah. And then the way to do that, the way to get to attrition here is you make your piece relevant.
Mm-hmm.
Just think of like, I want to make my extra piece felt. Like if I'm going to be up a piece, I want to make it up a piece.
Mm-hmm.
So like, I don't know, how about let's improve a rook? Even this is okay. Because we can play this game forever and not lose. Yeah. All I have to do is not lose my material. I think I'm going to make my knight better. I think I'm going to make my queen better. Mm-hmm. Vicious. And by the way, the knight and the queen combine. So like, good luck.
Yeah.
So yeah, you're kind of like, well, what if I just play longer? It's like, cool, you still lose. Let me show you bad Colle-Zukertort by bad players. Okay. 800 level players. D4, knight, pawn. Do you remember what we play in this position?
It's going to take me a while to remember because it's too much going on. Okay, so this one.
We could.
No?
We're actually we could. That's actually perfectly fine. We're gonna wait till they play C4 or C5 for that to be played.
Okay.
Well, we don't have to, but yeah. Typically, your default option is going to be a king side move. Almost everything's on the king side, with the exception of the first move, and it's right there.
Okay.
So here. So we move this guy, and this guy to start the game. Those ones. And now we're free to castle whenever we want, which is why this is a great beginner opening. You get castled right away. Okay, knight out, b3, castle, bishop b2, right here. Now, what would you play in this position? C5 has been played, but C4 has already been parried. That's no longer a threat.
That?
C4 is an idea. We are going to learn that in a future class, and I'll give you the preview of that. We're going to play C4 if and only if the bishop is outside the pawn chains. If this bishop is over here somewhere, then we will attack this direction with C4. We'll go like this. But if the bishop is here, whoops, there. Arrows are hard. If the bishop is pointing that way, then we're pointing this way. And so no, we don't want to play C4 because that draws our attention to the side of it. So the answer I'm looking for is just continue with your setup. So we're going to castle. And then, oh man, I ruined it. All right, what do we play here? What's Black threatening?
I'm lost. I'm completely lost at this point.
Okay. Yeah, that's because The only reason for that is the practice. This is your first time seeing it, so we do this for repetition's sake.
Mm-hmm.
So at c5, okay, black is castled. Here comes the move you have to pay attention to. It's knight c6, and the threat is knight b4, attacking our bishop. Okay, do you remember the move we played to parry this bishop knight b4 threat?
No.
Okay, it's a3.
Okay.
We also did this exact same thing in the game you played against Turi 3101, where you saw the knight come in, and we said, well, isn't there a way we can like stop that knight? You played bishop b5 and take. And we said a better move would be c3 or a3 to stop the knight from coming forward. So a3. Okay. And now we get the classic beginner blunder. We talked about this. Do you remember what to do?
Take with the pawn.
Yeah, we're going to take with the pawn. And then for some reason, they don't realize they're in a fork. So they say, yay, I'm not in a fork. And now what would you do?
Oh, I guess that doesn't work.
What?
Taking with the pawn.
Yeah, no, it absolutely does work.
Oh, okay.
And you correct move.
Well, I don't think I trade with the knight, but I probably do.
You don't think you do, but you do.
Well, okay. Right, so if I do this, then they do this, and then I do that.
Okay, and then what? Exactly.
I don't know. And then we're in a better position, I guess.
Yeah, you've won a piece.
Yeah.
You can't ask for more than winning a piece.
It's pretty good.
This is going to happen. Yeah. Here, let me put it to you this way. There, I took your knight. Yep. Black has already lost. You don't have to do even more trades. You can if you want to, but you're already lost. You're down a knight. There's nothing that black can do.
Mm-hmm.
Black lost. So, I mean, this is pretty simple. And now we have our same plan. We can either go here, here, here. We can go here, move the F pawn here and here. We can go here if it's safe to do. Watch out. I know you don't see him. He's there.
He's a sneaker.
Sneaky knight.
Yeah, I know.
And then mate. Okay. Lots of things. But how do we get rid of this knight? Bang.
Yes.
Okay. So that's how we do it. Okay. Be careful. There's a sniper bishop here too. So don't get caught. This is probably your best square. So but the point is you're up material. And that's the beginner game right there.
Mm-hmm.
That's the basic beginner game.
I'm trying not to throw it away.
Now I like right here. Well, what would I do? Yeah, probably just bishop g3. F4 is okay too. And this is like the most beginner game I've ever seen. Okay. But basically, that's what's going to happen every single time to you. They're going to play e5, and you're just going to keep taking it. You're just going to keep taking stuff. Game. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
So again, look at these. Look at this file right here. I don't actually want you to look at that one. I want you to look at game 26, the opening, game 27. And you're going to see this pattern over and over again. From now on, I want you to continue doing what you did, but I want you to put the bishop here.
Okay.
Okay, and your thoughts go to when do I play b3? And when do I play knight e5? And then your plan from here is knight e5, and just try to get the queen over here and take here. Just watch out for that knight. Okay?
Okay.
All right, I want to see you play this exclusively over the next week. If you lose, you lose. Fine. But now you have your plan. You'll get better. You'll get better, and then all of a sudden you'll be crushing it. This is such a powerful weapon. Like I think at beginner levels, white wins like I don't even know. It's like let me look it up here. Yeah, over 50% of the time, white's winning this thing. This is an amazing plan here. Yeah, 67% of the time from this position.
Mm-hmm.
67%. I would kill for that. There's even ways that black can even mess us up worse, and white wins 71% of the time.
Okay.
Incredible. So practice this. But I am excited to practice some risk with you.
Okay.
Because I would love